Welcome to another pleasant day in my backyard. Using Windows Explorer. To start up Windows Explorer, there's a little flag key in the lower left part of your keyboard. Hold that down and press E. That's the fastest way. You can always set up a shortcut using the exe file explorer.exe. Now, whenever you're using Windows Explorer, the first thing I always do if I have a new computer is to see what drives I have attached to it. You'll see in this left pane the word computer. This has all of the drives that are attached to it or inside of it. The C drive is typically the hard drive inside of your computer. I have some other drives attached to my computer. I have a recording drive since I'm a musician. I also have external drives, and I have a server. This is where I have mapped my network and found the server on our intranet. Knowing these things is important when you're saving. Setting up your file structure is important to saving. Anytime I'm saving in a software, I want to create these folders. Typically in Microsoft operating system, they set up a My Documents folder, and you can set this up in any fashion you want. For today, I've set up a new Documents folder. Now, when I set up folders, I want you to remember that I'm not using my old My Documents. I've set up a new one right here, and this is what you can do as well. If I click this left arrow here, it shows me what folders I've also created. These are my standard folders that I'm going to show you in another video. But suppose I wanted to create a tree inside of this for things that I have. Let's do something simple. I'm going to right click, and remember that whenever I right click, it's going to set up a menu of some type. And I'm going to start a new folder. This new folder I'm going to call Family. Okay. Now, under this family folder, I want to create a subfolder. So I'm going to go to New and Folder again. I'm going to call this Mom. And then I'm going to create another folder under Family. So I go back to Family, right click it, create a new folder, and I'm going to call this Dad. I can create subfolders underneath this. I'm going to right click again, and I'm going to put Pictures. And maybe I want to put a subfolder in that. So I go to New, and I'm going to call this Baby Pictures. And maybe another subfolder underneath that, and I'll call it Older Pictures, and so forth. I can do the same thing in Mom as well. Now, if I want to create another folder in my New Documents folder, for instance, I might put my school subjects and so forth, and create folders for my different subjects. And this can go on and on. Now, let's talk about files. When I have files, let's say I'm going to go down to this drive right here. It's my external drive. And look in here, and underneath it I have some, under my documents, I have some files that I've copied off. And by the way, this pane over here, I have selected File Preview. You can do this by going up to Layout and clicking on the preview pane. It's really handy if you have a lot of files and you're not quite sure what's in them. Just click on them and it'll show you like that. Now, let's say that I want to transfer these files from my flash drive to my New Documents folder. I can take one file, right click it, I always right click it, and I'm going to hold that right button down and drag it down to the new folder. Now when I release it, I can copy it or move it. I'm just going to copy it because I want to keep this file on my flash drive. So I copy it. Now when I go up back here to my New Documents folder, there's the file. Now, What's handy in file movements, suppose you have hundreds of files. I'm going to go back to my flash drive, and I want to select not one of these files, but say 200 of these files, or 5. Well, I click on the first one. I'm going to hold the control button and click on my second one. Now I'm going to do the same thing, drag it over to the new documents, and copy it. But suppose, and imagine that there's more than 3 files here. I want to click 300 files. This time I hold the Shift button, and now it selects all of them. I right click it, and you can see that it shows that 3 files are being moved, and I can move those files there. That's it for Windows Explorer. Again, if you have any particular questions about Windows Explorer, Google it. Have a great day.